Could have chased the brighter roads, the names that filled a page, a project stamped with global seals, the promise of a stage. But I believed a classroom held a quieter kind of light, where one more student finding hope was still a worthy fight. I built my lectures brick by brick with evidence and care, thinking truth would speak for me if I was always fair. I didn't know that honesty could paint a target too, or how a sharpened boardroom smile could carve a soul in two. You don't expect the firing line to hide behind a policy. They never had to break my hands, they only broke my name. 1,000 little paper cuts can bleed you just the same. Deleted work in silent rooms, accusations dressed as facts. Every time I answered one, they'd simply move the next attack. They watched me drown in silence, then asked why I wasn't here. Turns out a heart can hemorrhage for years before it's clear. They weighed my words with different scales than everybody else. Perfection was the entry fee demanded of myself. A sentence here, a lecture there, it doesn't fit our brand. Funny how the truth becomes offensive when it stands. I watched whole subjects disappear beneath another's name, watched Christmas turn to sleepless nights that vanished up in flames. The students never saw the wars that happened after class, just someone smiling through the smoke behind a sheet of glass. They never had to break my hands, they only broke my name. 1,000 little paper cuts can bleed you just the same. Deleted work in silent rooms, accusations dressed as fact. Every time I answered one, they'd simply move the next attack. They watched me drown in silence, then asked why I wasn't here. Turns out a heart can hemorrhage for years before it's clear. They taught me how a dream can bend beneath a constant load, how every mile grows longer on a never-ending road. But callings aren't abandoned just because the building changed. The hands that planted forests still remember every grain they mistook. The work for uniforms, for offices and keys, but teaching lives wherever someone helps another see. They drove me from a classroom, not the reason I began. You cannot terminate the best part of a human hand. I still remember every student who thought they weren't enough. The shaking hands, the frightened eyes, the ones pretending to be tough. I never cared for titles or climbing someone else's wall. I only wanted every kid to know that they belonged at all. So tell me, if kindness is a weakness, why does cruelty need a team? Why does power fear a teacher who simply wouldn't leave their dream? They never took my love for this, though God, they made me doubt. They buried me beneath the stones and wondered why I can't get out. The tribunal waits in silence while the months erase my pay. Justice moves like winter rivers, slow and far away. But if one student somewhere still remembers what I gave, then every lesson wasn't lost by the lies they couldn't say. They shattered what I built with pride, but here's the thing I found: a safe beneath the landslide still regrows and thrives from the ground. So if you ask me who I am, when every title's gone, I'm still the one who stayed behind to leave the classroom